Hello everyone, welcome back to Mrs. PTV. This is going to be your vocabulary for our Unit 5, Ecosystem Interactions. So, I was kind of interrupted for a minute. So, the first 4 words in your packet are the words that are due on Thursday, but I want you to feel free to go ahead and do the whole packet if you like, because we'll have to do the rest of the words probably next week, but why not get ahead and have them all done? So, the first word is acid rain. I'm not sure if you've ever heard about that before. Acid rain is any form of precipitation that has high levels of nitric and sulfuric acid in it. So you can see the picture shows kind of some gross looking rain. Remember to pause as needed so you can write everything down and draw your visual. Pollution. Pollution is any substance that has harmful effects on the environment. Life cycle. Life cycle, the series of developmental stages an organism passes through on its way from birth to death. You might remember this from 2nd grade when you learned about the life cycle of a butterfly. And the last word for this section, section 1, is reproduction. Reproduction is the ability of a mature organism to have offspring, to have babies. So, right, it's the goal of plants, it's the goal of animals to reproduce in order to help themselves carry on. So these are the first 4 words. That's what's due on Thursday. Feel free to pause now, write everything down, or you can keep going so that you have everything done for next week. Okay, so this is section 2. Let me put up 1 second. Okay, so the first word for section 2 is predator. A predator is an organism that eats another organism. The next word is the word trait. This is one of the bigger definitions. A physical or behavioral characteristic of an organism. For example, human traits include hair color, freckles, height, and maybe even color blindness. So in the picture, this person has freckles. Do you have freckles? If so, you may have gotten that from your parents. Behavior. Behavior, an organism's response to stimulus. You can see this person just touched a really hot pan, right? Yow. So what do you do, right? What behavior do you show when you have to have a response to something hot? Heredity. Heredity is the passing on of traits from parents to children. So I mentioned before about the freckles. You may have gotten freckles from your mom or dad or your grandparents. This little frog has inherited his kind of goofy face from his mom or dad. To go along with heredity, we have the word inherit. Inherit is to receive a trait from your parents or your ancestors. So maybe how tall you are can be based on how tall your parents are. Next, we have the word adaptation. You might see the word adapt in here. Sometimes people incorrectly will say adaptation. It's adaptation, okay? A trait that helps an organism survive in its environment. So you can think about the bird that has feet like this, right? A duck, webbed feet, versus a bird that would have clawed feet, and what they would need these for, right? If a bird is going to live in water like a duck, it's going to need webbed feet to help it get around. So that's an adaptation that a duck has. Sense. How animals get information about the outside world. You know about all the senses you have. Sense of hearing, sense of smell, sense of taste, sense of sight, sense of touch. And the last word is stability. In the reader, there's one more word change, but I skipped that one. So the word stability, a condition in which the parts of a system are unchanging. So feel free to get ahead, and you'll have all 12 of these words done for next week when even though the first four are due on Thursday. Mrs. P signing off.